Hey YouTubers, I wanted to do a little bit of a reveal. It's actually one of my Christmas gifts that I forgot I asked for after watching the videos on Gearhead for Life YouTube channel where he talks about using old cell phones with the Torque app and the it's some kind of little data dongle that you put in your data port, and I'm assuming transmits the information from your engine computer via probably Bluetooth to a cell phone. And that's what he always used for his like speedometer, engine temp, all of his engine monitoring. It's got GPS speedometer and all that built into the app. So I thought, well, you know, whenever I get time, get the money, I'll try to set up something similar to keep in mind. To use the Torque app, you have to have a Android phone or tablet. It cannot be an iPhone. As far as my research shows, they haven't come out with an app that will do the same process on the iPhone yet. You know, if you guys know of one that does work with iPhone, please hit up the comments below. But this is, let's see, Smart Tab 7-inch tablet. Okay, that's good to know. So let's try to crack into this thing. One thing I was fighting with the other day, because the dash in my 85 S10 Blazer, it isn't really designed to have something this big mounted to like the middle of it. Plus that's where I currently have my tack. So I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to mount the truck. Plus, something that my friend Andy had mentioned, he goes, oh, you could probably just buy one of those like camera mounts or phone mounts from eBay, Amazon, wherever, and mount it with one of those, and that way it'd be easy to take in and out of the car. Well, my 14-year-old was like, hey Dad, if you mount this in your car so you can use it for your speedometer, and someone could just reach in the window and take it, couldn't they? And I was like, okay, that makes so much sense, it's not even funny. So I was sitting here thinking, okay, yeah, if I mount what's just called a snap-in, almost like one of those cell phone belt clips. If you mount one of those on your dash, and then you attach, just snap in or magnetize your tablet to the dash, some entrepreneur could easily walk up and snag the tablet right out of it. Taking that into consideration, I am absolutely looking for alternatives to find a way to mount the said device in the Blazer more securely, so that people aren't as likely to come up and just grab it and walk off with it. So you basically are going to wire this thing to an adapter to like your cigarette lighter. What I was wondering was, could you wire this thing to where it comes on automatically when you start the car and then turns itself off when you turn off the ignition, or has some kind of a timer on it so it doesn't always run the battery dead just sitting there? I don't know that I noticed that information in the Gearhead for Life videos. So if you guys have more experience with installing these and using them as your gauge clusters, especially on these LS swaps, hit up the comments and help me out. I'm going to do my due diligence as far as doing the research online, trying to find my different options on the powering and the powering up, powering down, proper wiring, and hopefully a secure mounting idea. See, this is what concerns me. So this thing's really rounded on the back. Like, this thing is literally looks like a big iPhone the way it's made, with a really rounded back. So there's not really much you can just clamp to other than the outer edge. So I'm looking at adhering something to this. Oh, that's kind of cool. Actually comes with a SD card port, so I can actually probably record some information on here if I have that available through that Torque app. That's pretty cool. I haven't even, you know, like I said, this is like an unboxing. I've never had it out of the box. I don't even know how it works. See if it has any charge in it. I'm doubting. Oh wow, it came on. Powered by Android, that's a plus. We want to make sure it's compatible with our torque app idea, because I want to definitely get a speedometer with the changes I'm making now, especially with the new gearing in the rear end and all that. You know, I need to make sure I've got some idea how fast I'm going. Some of the areas that I drive daily in. Very excited police officers that want to check your speed quite regularly, so probably be a good idea to have a working speedometer in my case. But I will have to go online and still order the... I want to do some more research, maybe go back and look at those videos on A Gearhead for Life, because for the life of me I can't remember the name brands he recommended, because apparently he had a little bit of an issue with different brands of the little data. I keep calling them dongles. I hope that's the right term. I'm not 100% sure if that's correct or not, but apparently he has tried more than one of those little dongles you plug into your data port to transmit the information to your cell phone or your tablet, and some of them don't work very well. So I need to go back, reference his information, and do some shopping on either eBay or Amazon or somewhere, and get one of those on the way, and then go to the App Store and download that app so I can get the torque app working on this jobber, because that's going to be pretty, I mean, that's a pretty good size screen, you know. I mean, that's going to be way better than just a cell phone mounted on your dash. And if you guys haven't seen that torque app, it literally, it allows you to see all the engine parameters. I believe it shows everything from engine temperature, voltage, it'll, through GPS, it'll actually show you the miles per hour. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think it shows O2 readings, but that would be cool. But basically, from where I'm at right now, I just have a goal of using my Christmas present, getting it mounted securely in the dash, and I also would like it to look good because I don't want it to look all cheesy, you know. But get it mounted in the dash, get my torque app and my data dongle to transmit Bluetooth to the device, and then we'll be up and rolling with some actual gauges. Keep in mind right now the only two gauges I have in the Blazer on the LS swap is a mechanical oil pressure and temperature. The mechanical temperature gauge that I actually follow, it literally sets on the cylinder head right behind the alternator bracket, because I didn't have the proper adapter to try to hook up my mechanical temperature gauge. So when we first got it running, now keep in mind this is kind of dumb, but it's how I had to do it. So I was using the HP tuners to do live run data while we were driving it, to monitor my engine temperatures and compare it to what that mechanical gauge showed with the temperature probe sitting on the external, like the outside of the cylinder head, basically shoved down between the head and the alternator bracket. I can tell with the external temperature if it was to start overheating. I would know to pull over and turn it off. Because right now, with the way I'm monitoring the engine temperature, as long as it stays under 150, 160 degrees on my mechanical gauge, I know that the coolant temperature is running right around 200 and, let's see, I think it was always maintaining around 205 or 207 degrees or something to that effect. But if I were to see a temperature spike above 150, you know, significantly, if I got 180 or 200 external temp, that means I got a problem and I need to pull over. So I know that's not very scientific, but without the access, because at this point I'm not 100% sure that I could even get one to use the particular temperature gauge probe that I have. I don't know if they actually make an adapter to go to that metric fitting, deep enough to allow the probe to actually get to coolant, if that makes any sense. So anyway, I'm rambling along about the issues I was having trying to hook up my mechanical gauge. So I just settled on, okay, I'm going to monitor this, closely using my HP tuners, use that information to compare to what I see on the mechanical gauge as it's so inappropriately installed, and just use that as my warning. We'll just use that as our warning gauge. So that's where we're at. I'm gonna try to get some more videos up this week. I've got several projects going right now. Still have to kind of edit those videos and try to make them watchable. I end up recording a lot of information that I go back and I listen and I'm going, what the heck am I even talking about? Shut the hell up and stay on topic there, bud. So anyway, appreciate you guys watching these videos. Hopefully this was at least a little bit informative on where I'm going with this LS swap, because we're nowhere near done with what we're trying to do. So please like, subscribe, hit up those comments, hit the little bell, because I really want to get some more videos up. And if I could hit some of you guys' questions during the videoing process, that would make it even better for me. So hey, let's make it a win-win for everybody. Appreciate you guys watching.